The Utah Jazz are playing some great team basketball to start the season. They are currently 6-3 at the time of this video and are the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. They beat teams such as the New Orleans Pelicans, the Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Memphis Grizzlies twice. The Jazz are moving and sharing the ball at a high level in the half court as well as in transition, getting a lot of player movement and not allowing the ball to stick to just one player all the time. The Jazz have good drivers to the rim and shooters who can complement a drive and kick style offense. As a team, they rank 4th in the league in drives per game at 53.1, and they pass out of those drives around 21 times a game. Guys like Clarkson, Collin Sexton, Mike Conley are capable of driving and bringing in help, opening up other guys. They shoot a lot of threes and they have been knocking them down at a respectable rate, and they move the ball around, making that extra pass. This style of offense isn't new from the Jazz, but just operating with different players. This team has more of that flexibility of playing either 5 out or 4 out and 1 in. 5 out mostly when they have Olynyk on the floor. That's something they really haven't had in years past. What makes their team unique and fun is that on any given night, it can be Sexton who takes over, Clarkson, or even Lauri Markkanen. One player that is breaking out for the Jazz within this system is Lauri Markkanen, who is putting up 21.7 points, 2.6 assists, and 9 rebounds a game, all career highs on 51% field goal shooting and shooting 29% from 3. He has a true shooting percentage of 60%. Per clearing the glass, 68% of shots all around from at the rim, mid-range, and 3 is assisted on from other players. So as stated before, he works well off this Jazz core players and he is a good play finisher. Lauri is shooting a career high 78% at the rim, ranking in the 89th percentile among forwards, as well as shooting 53% in the mid-range, ranking in the 93rd percentile. The rebounding from Markkanen has seen an increase along with his offensive rebounds, averages around 2.2 offensive rebounds. The Jazz at times looks to crash the offensive boards more, creating second chance opportunities. They rank 5th in the league in offensive rebounds a game at 12.8. The shooting right now is fuzzy from Markkanen, but through his career, he has always been a respectable shooter, so that percentage is most likely going to go up. Even without shooting the 3 ball at a high level, Markkanen is still great operating within the flow of an offense and is at his best operating off of other creators. He can cut, he can space the floor, he can attack closeouts. You can have him as a handoff hub or play him in the high post and attack mismatches. He can also work on ball. The Jazz run ball screens for him and he has the handle to where he can get to the rim and make plays. He's been very versatile for this team and he doesn't need the ball constantly to be a factor. He screens for others, he makes himself available if he sees an opening to cut, he crashes the boards, he does a lot of the little things that contribute to winning. The Jazz have really made an effort to involve their big men, getting them flowing in offense, utilizing them as initiators or creators from the elbows and high posts. A 7-footer with guard-like ball handling, he operates at a 24.4% usage and he's attempting the most shots of his career, attempting around 16 shots a game. The last time he took this much shots was his sophomore year in the league. Let's look at some of Markkanen's cutting ability. He's a smart cutter and he's great executing the 45 cut. So a good amount of times he's going to be spaced in either the wing or corner. So as Sexton drives in on the defense here, he draws the help of the low man in Hardaway Jr. This leaves Kleber to zone up in between Conley and Markkanen to put pressure on Kleber. Lauri looks to 45 cut inside. As he gets the ball, he can rise up going against Powell and finishes, just making himself available. We see here that he executes that 45 cut again. Clarkson gets dribble penetration, which the defense looks to send help, and Lauri is able to finish the play, making himself available. He isn't going to stand in one position all the time. Here he sees Finney Smith with his back turned from him, looks to cut hard and slows down in space, gets the ball, and now this pressures the defense. Spencer comes to help, JaVale also, but there's no resistance on the Lauri dunk. His ball handling ability is impressive. The Jazz trust him at times to where he can bring the ball up off of a rebound or even work in ball screens. Here he gets a ball screen from Clarkson. He attacks an angle in a straight line, but as we see here, if he gets near the rim, he can attack the mismatch, getting that ball high and over the defense off the backboard. He's not really much of a finesse dribbler, breaking down defenders with crossovers. He attacks in a straight line and can craft together a Euro step or flow into a post up. He struggles at times in tight spaces with aggressive defense, and sometimes he's operating a bit too fast and he may lose control of his dribble, but there's capability to where he can handle the ball, get from point A to point B, and the spacing on the team does help with that. This skill has been there for him and he's grown since he was in Chicago. The ability as a 7-footer to be able to put the ball down, not always having to be set up, allows the Jazz to be creative in how they use him. He has a controlled handle on the ball here and he can navigate himself around the defense to get to where he needs to go. And here he sizes up Desmond Bane, shields his dribble, always looking to keep his dribble away from the defense as he looks to go into a post up and gets to his spot for a shot. He doesn't need to pound the ball too much again to the teeth of the defense. He's very conservative with his dribbles. We see here more of that handle, only needing 2 dribbles here, attacking off the catch, driving to close out, and finishing. Capable of just driving in a straight line and getting to where he needs to get to. Lauri is also a guy where he can attack mismatches in the post, so the Jazz would always look to highlight and attack these mismatches, and Lauri gets to work quick and doesn't waste time. As mentioned before, Lauri works well within the flow of an offense, whether if it's freelance or sets being drawn up for him, he can play out of it. The Jazz can get creative with their actions. They really look to engage multiple actions, one as a decoy and the other the main play to engage those help defenders, put pressure on them to make tough decisions. Simple actions like these, a pin down in the corner, the paint is wide open because of the spacing. Having Olynyk initiate up top, so as Markkanen comes off the screen, good handle on the ball, turns that corner, has good space to work with, gets a nice little Euro step past the defense and finishes with the left hand. The Jazz have Conley working out of a wedge action into a double ball screen, then a pin down on the weak side, engaging defenders in the weak side low man, watching for the Olynyk roll. And this benefits Markkanen as he can just lift up from the corner and knock down this 3. The Jazz get this 3-man action up top, seeing the space in here, the paint is open. Off this ball screen, the Jazz look to engage that single side tag, but the Nuggets switch it. This does force a mismatch, and now the ball screen engages Porter Jr. as he slides over looking to help if there is an entry pass to Olynyk. And Lauri notices this. He takes that as an opportunity to lift from the corner, spot up, and get a 3. Markkanen misses here, but see how the Jazz make that effort getting the bigs involved and working off of each other. A pass to the post for Olynyk, Sexton cuts through and sets a cross screen for Lauri, just involving the 2 bigs. The Jazz run a similar play, Olynyk isolating in the post, Conley cuts through to cross screen for Markkanen, but also notice the flare screen up top for Clarkson, just engaging defenders, getting them in action, and Lauri is able to get a layup here. The Jazz here get some action going on the strong side, looking to set up Lauri, having him set a ram screen for Malik Beasley, who will come up and ghost the screen for Sexton. Lauri then comes off an exit screen in the corner, forcing Edwards to switch out and contest. As that 3-point percentage for Markkanen comes around, these pick and pops he provides are lethal against drop defenders and ice defense. He still has confidence to shoot threes as he attempts around 6 a game. It's just we need to see more consistency as the season progresses. Lauri is a serviceable defender for the Jazz. They look to put him on non-shooters or bigs, and being a 7-footer with some length, he can wall up and stop drives inside. He plays defense without fouling, looking to beat players to a spot, keeping his arms up high in a drop coverage as well as in the post. In ball screens, they start him at the level of the screen, then have him drop looking to contain shots at the rim. They also have him operate rotating from the weak side. The team has looked good on rotations and switches so far into the season. The defense from this team has stuck out. They play very aggressive. Jared Vanderbilt shines as a rebounder and defender. The team plays aggressive at the point of attack and plays in gaps and the passing lanes, looking to deflect the ball or get a steal. That'll wrap it up for this video. What are your thoughts on Lauri Markkanen and the Utah Jazz? Do you think their success so far in the West is sustainable? If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like. It helps out the channel a lot. And subscribe to the channel if you enjoy breakdowns like these. With all that being said, I will see you all in the next video.